Hi there, this is Alvin with kickstartcommerce.com, and in today's tutorial I want to share with you briefly about a couple of emoji domain marketing ideas or strategies that you could possibly use. Obviously, if you haven't heard by now, you can have emojis in your URL as well as your domain name. And so I think that emoji domains, obviously we're using 5 to 6 billion in emoji in messages per Facebook, as well as I think Forbes also reported that same amount. So we're using 5 to 6 billion emoji in messages, text messages, email messages per day. So that is quite um, a large number of emojis to be used. That being said, obviously some say, well, hey, that's only emojis shouldn't be used in the professional uh, arena or environment, just because hey, it's not professional to use the winking eye emoji or the blow a kiss emoji. And hey, everybody has their case to be made about why emojis shouldn't be used. And so I just want to explore just a couple opportunities of how you can separate your business in using emoji marketing. One of the first things is if you're a personal brand or even if you're a company, a small business, you could definitely make good use of emojis. And one of the first sites that I want to introduce you to is to a gentleman by the name of Burton Rass. And he has used the sign of the horns or the hook'em Longhorns. If you're here in Austin, then you know that it's the sign of the horns, or also a lot of people use that for rock and roll. But he has essentially built his web presence using that emoji. So as you can see here, once we're redirected to his website, you can see that in Safari, it actually shows the um, emoji in the URL address. Now, for some of you, if you're using IE or even Chrome, it actually shows the puny code address, which is like X in dash dash and then whatever those characters make up that emoji in the URL address. That being said, John Roy, the gentleman who created heart.ws or the letter I heart.ws. He actually created a JavaScript library that he released. And so you can probably find that on iheart.ws. But essentially, what it does, it creates a fallback address which handles one of the concerns of, well, hey, a user is going to see the puny code address instead of the emoji domain itself. So as you can see, this gentleman, Burton Rass, he's a professional or principal designer, and he's based in San Francisco, California, but he has created his entire web presence using an emoji domain. And so, like I said, it's one of those things that you can create a unique opportunity for your personal brand or even your company brand to be recognized. That being said, one of the things that I really like about emoji domains is the fact of the search presence. So if we were to go and Google search for, let's see here, if we can pull up Google and we'll search that emoji. Let's see, sign of the horns, just to see what is returning. You can see even in the instant search here, it's already populating with emojis. So emojis are search friendly, and as you can see, sign of the horn, and it shows Emojipedia, on and on and on. And it shows even people using in their social media profiles and so on. And so you could really make good use of emojis in your search ranking results. So if we were to say tips and tricks using, or let's try registering emoji domains. Then you can see here within even YouTube videos, you can use emojis in the descriptions, in the titles as well. So you can also see, um, others that are other sites that are actually using that, and it's a good thing that you can actually look and see at the results. But not only that, emoji will draw your eye to that result. So that's something that you could also use to enhance your business's search results, is using um, emojis. And so let's see here if we can put the heart in, and obviously the red heart shows up there. Let's put 3 hearts and see what populates. And again, you can see quite a few. And then there's the iheart.ws emoji domain registration site. It used to be heart, heart, heart. And so yeah, you can see from there that, emoji draw your eye from a search engine standpoint. Not only that, but it's pretty incredible to see. So for instance, if we look for the delivery truck, let's just put delivery, and let's go to food, and let's say we're looking for Japanese food, so we'll put in so box delivery, and then you can see, hey, it's Food Truck Friday. So the search engines are actually learning to interpret emoji well. Obviously, I put the bento box and the delivery truck there, and so obviously, if I wanted to do something like put Austin, then you can see that it's interpreting it very well in terms of bento picnic, bento box, and so your eye would be drawn to what you searched. And so the same thing could be said, instead of using, we talked about search marketing here, but you could also use this for billboard advertising. And so instead of using bentopicnic.com, what if you used the bento, truck, the bento delivery truck.ws or .to, or whatever extension you choose to register? It could definitely work out to where, and I think I covered that here in my blog post called Emoji Domain Marketing for Local and Hyper Local Businesses, whereby you can actually use emoji um, like I cover it here in terms of search. If you're using PPC, for example, you could use an emoji domain as the PPC um, text there for your domain and actually draw out the difference. And so this would be the old traditional method to where it's using an ASCII versus, you could use all emoji or an emoji domain itself, or you can use an ASCII, an emoji mix. But you see how appealing to the eye it is. Not only that, like I said, I covered the search optimization, but here's the billboard example of being able to, if you pass a sign today, typically everyone is using just an ASCII domain name. In the future, I foresee small businesses as well as even larger businesses starting to use emoji domains. One, it can act because with this example here as an ASCII.com, it's hard to really tell whether or not your billboard investment paid off. Whereas if you had emoji domains, or you use, obviously the same argument can be made up here with this top one. You could use sotoaustin.com/south, but then you're having to hope that the user will remember the /south. Not only that, you're taking up more space. Whereas with an emoji domain, you can obviously register the bento box delivery truck, the bento box car, bento box blue car, red car, and you can have all of these different domains that can be used to actually to record and track how well your advertisement is performing. If it were me, I'm looking and saying, I want something that's more visually appealing, something that's going to pique the interest of the potential customer. to go, you know what? Let me see what's actually listed here. Now, obviously, this domain could easily forward to that address, that sotoaustin.com address, or to your own business address. But this gives you an insight or a glimpse into how you could possibly use emoji domains to, one, track and measure your advertising marketing ROI for billboard, print ads, and so forth, as well as just giving a visual flair and something that's different than the traditional billboard. That being said, the one thing that I really want to cover, last but not least, so obviously we've covered you can use an emoji domain as your primary web presence, or you can use it as a redirect. You can also that could be a simple redirect, or you can also use it as a trackable redirect. So you can measure, uh, your marketing ROI. And then finally, one of the things that I want to make sure that you do, and so for instance, with this site that I'm about to show you, so it's a site here that uses the hamburger, and there it is, the ice cream cone. And even though it's there, I'm gonna go ahead and just type it in. And it's called Dairy Palace. And so they use a simple redirect of the hamburger ice cream cone. And they're located in Canton, Texas. Obviously, you can see that they have a rather decent following. But one of the things that I tell most people is if you're going to use that, then that being hamburger and ice cream cone, you want to also make sure that you register and redirect the inverse of that, which is obviously the ice cream cone hamburger.ws. And so, when we go to register or type that in, obviously you can see that the ice cream cone hamburger is available for register. So I always recommend to businesses, if you're going to use emoji domains to market, make sure that you register the inverse. Or for instance, pull up the emoji keyboard here. If you're going to register something like delivery, well, you got to keep in mind that you have this delivery truck. You also have the lorry or the 18 wheeler. You also have an SUV that's blue. You have another car, red car that's red. You have the forward facing car. So if you're going, as you think through, um, different variations of emoji domains to use for your business, make sure that you always register the inverse. It's just always good brand protection. It's much. I liken it to how you would register or defensively register ASCII domains. Um, if there's an alternative way of spelling your business name, you typically register that, and if you haven't, then you need to, from an alternative defensive registration uh, standpoint. You want to protect your brand, and so the same concepts that you use with emoji domains, you want to use. I mean, that you use with ASCII domains, you want to use those with emoji domains as well. And so, it'd be great for the Dairy Palace to also register that um, ice cream and then burger emoji domain. And also, like I said, .ws, it's not the only domain name extension that you can use to register. You can use .to or .to as well as a few others, GQ, ML, CF, TK, and like I said, you can definitely feel free to search my blog, Kickstart Commerce, for where to find emoji domains or emoji domain extensions. I've wrote quite a few pieces on those extensions that can be used. Nevertheless, I hope this provides you with some insights, some different ideas. I hope it even sparks a few creative ideas. I've been using emoji domain redirects, and matter of fact, you can see I'm actually using one for my own Twitter account, and so my Twitter profile Since I live in Austin, Texas, and I love Austin, I put iheartaustin.ws, and so this gives you a bit of a look into how you can use um, emoji domains. You can see here as of August the 1st, Texas Sports. So at Texas Sports, so Texas Longhorns, they're executing a new bag policy for sporting events called Steer Clear. And so I registered this, basically the sign of the horns and then the shopping bags. And so when you click it, it takes you to a redirect that goes basically right to the Texas Sports fan page that basically gives you the policy of the steer clear and clear bag policy FAQs. So it's a real neat way for organizations to not only, like I said, use them as redirects, but make good use of emoji domains, whether it's on social networks, whether it's on your primary or your secondary web presence. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me comments or questions below the video. Also, please feel free to sign up or subscribe to the YouTube channel. I at least drop one video a week in regards to search marketing, domain names, domain investing, emoji domains, emoji marketing. I cover the gamut in terms of kind of the marketing pieces and how you can use domains to effectively drive and generate more business and more customers. So that being said, last but not least, feel free to always visit kickstartcommerce.com. Come over here to the right-hand side in the sidebar, and like I said, sign up and subscribe for our newsletter, which we cover domain marketing, strategies, auctions, promo codes. We run the full gamut here, and so feel free to sign up as well as look around and peruse this website for search marketing ideas that are geared towards helping your website generate greater customer growth and revenue. That said, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's giving you some fresh ideas for how to use emoji domains to market your business. I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. Talk with you soon.